Yes. Hello, cranberry wine. How is your life? It's exciting time to join. I'm gonna start something new within the app. No smoke. uh, little bit. Okay. Let's close this. Oh, that we can keep. So we're gonna work on a photo editor in quotes. So now we have a bunch of places in the app. Is this developer? Yes. Where you can add pictures, right? And the most important one is of your dog, of course. But the thing is, if you add a picture like this, especially for your profile, where the subject is kind of in a corner, there is no way to crop it. So you might end up with a photo where your dog is to the side like this. And that's not very nice. So that's, I guess, our first requirement, right? Crop things. The other thing is that when you add a picture, we just upload the whole however many megabytes there is. So if it's a huge photo, then it's going to be a large download. And we don't do anything on a server, which we ideally should, but we also don't do anything on the client, which may be nice. So optionally resize and recompress. But this may be on server. So a lot of apps, right, give you a cropping UI where you have a rectangle on top, and I saw already a library that everyone says I should use based on 2 minutes of Google. But it doesn't seem too complicated to do it ourselves. And it also seems like a very useful thing to learn in terms of view coordinate systems, in terms of learning a little bit about graphics on iOS. So I think it's a fun project. So we're gonna start with that. And the best way I can think of is to just start implementing something in the app as a separate screen. So kind of contained version. So if we archive what we have, um, and while it is compiling, kind of outline what we want. So basically something like this, right? Well, this is a better example. This is what we want to build. And we want to lock dimensions. And we probably want to set minimal size. So you cannot upload a photo. So you can't upload something like 80 by 30 pixels. Uh, so you upload 1 to 1 or 5 to 3. So this would go to dog profile, and 5 to 3 go for reviews. Maybe we need re-encoding. So you upload JPEGs and not hikes. What else is useful to have? I think part of it is read-only mode, so that we can reuse for showing pictures, for showing photos, right? So when you are looking at a review that is already there, I think this one has a review. When you click here, that you can zoom in and scroll like this. But the downside of what we have currently is that you are looking at zoomed in rendering of the initial screen. So you're looking at this and you're zooming in. You're not zooming in on the photo. We're not loading a higher resolution picture. So that's a little bit of a context. Okay, can I now click somewhere so my control is not locked? Okay, alright. So that's an idea. So we're gonna have this version internally that we start with. Um, and and let's begin. Um, so when the app loads, what we render is this whole thing, based on whether you signed up or not. What I want to render is something else. So we want to copy this like this, rename this to content, and it's a view builder, and we remove this window group. Oop, that's wrong. Wait a second. Okay, so this go here. Oh, this applied to the group. Okay. Maybe we can go like this. So there is not a window group anymore. Okay, so this should build. Okay, and this should also run without any differences. Okay, so now we can replace that content with dev mode. So we will have another view builder. Okay, so now instead of this, we're showing something else. Yeah, and we will start from here. Okay. Um, so we wrote a photo picker the other time. That seems like a good way to start because what I imagine will happen, um, ooh, that's AI frame. I imagine something like this will happen. So at first you pick some photos, right? Then it goes to editor. Then we have a JPEG output. So here, what we would ideally want is probably a UI image or image of SwiftUI. And here we would want just raw data with bytes. And maybe some struct with file name and dimensions. Something like this. I don't know. How can we make a UI image? Or do we have to just single pick everything? Not sure. Okay, let's just start. Let's just render a photo editor. Um, we will need a single photo picker. Huh. So let's write a view. and write a preview for it. What is this now? Oh yeah, this is what I made last. Okay. Everything is taking a super long time now. Why is it taking such a long time? Oh my god. But anyway, so we'll need to add a photo picker, selection, and label. So we start with one photo because our editor is going to work with a single photo. Actually, we shouldn't really think about any of this. We can just add a picture here. Um, so let's see a dog that's slightly or a lot to the side of the frame, right? This is where we'll spend most time today, choosing a picture of a dog. This is just all dead in the middle. What a great... What if I add to the side of the frame? Oh, perfect. Well, actually, I think this is a perfect example. Um, okay, okay, and then we can have that image here. Let's see if this builds. Yeah. I would love if this would work. Perfect. And we say resizable, scale to fit. Okay. Okay, I have to take care of my own dog for a second. Click. Yeah. So the issue here, let's see if that works. Woof. So if we just take this picture, right, um, and then render both async image, circle async image with that, what do we get? A crash, okay. Why is it crashing? Assertion failure. Does this work? Preview is missing environment object. Okay, so that's why it was breaking. Yes. Environment, upstate, instance, environment object. Yeah, so this is an issue, right? Um, that You have a picture, but it has nothing to do with your dog, even though the dog is in the picture. This is also one of the requirements that we want to have crop circle view. A circle like this. So when you crop, you can see what would go in a circle. Um, okay, so let's add a little preview. Um, that would have this. And then we will change the way we are rendering previews. Okay, and everything is inside of VStack that has safe area padding. Okay, and then we would have our photo editor and how that would work, I do not know. So what would be a nice way to use this API? Okay, well, let's see. Swift crop image. You give a rect and it's done through core graphics. Okay. Okay. So since we are starting with UI image, okay. So one of the downsides, I guess, of Swift is that once you have an image from Swift UI, you cannot go back to UI image. But when you have UI image, it's very easy to go to image because you just say image based on UI image, CG image. Where is the constructor? Here. But you cannot really go the other way around. So photo picker gives you UI images easily. Where is the code for decoding? On photo changed, you decoded here. Okay. From photo picker item, where you can get the bytes or probably UI image itself. Okay. So we would probably start with something like this, with UI image. Um, so let's do it. Um, so we give it an image. And we don't really need a callback now for now. Okay. So we start with UI image, and we init it like this. And we have a view here that just does nothing. Six 466. Is it actual parameters of that file? Hmm. 1300. Wait a second. 1300. So that's half of it. 1300 over 2, 650 and 932, 466. Okay, so this is not 2x display. I'm very confused with these things, but let's just do this for now then. So now it should be 1300, I guess. Okay. So what we want to render is at least two things on top of each other, right? Image itself. Can I render it like this? No. Um, and a rectangle that is just black. This will use as much space as possible, which is good. Um, I guess it's good for now. So let's render the canvas. So we need to know what area of the image we select. Because the thing is that this and this and this are very different things. Well, let's not worry about rectangle itself. So the image is red and the whole thing, let's say, is blue. Um, and the image proportions is something entirely different. So how do we know where what is? So we need to read the size into the image um, rendered into the size of rendered image, right? So let's make a size of rendered image. uh, okay, and maybe I want to choose a different image because I don't like that it has a white background. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Okay, then we can get rid of this rectangle. Okay, that's better. And let's put a stack here so that we can have um, something like this is nice. I'm curious why vertical padding is different from horizontal padding. Or does the image have invisible edges? No, I don't think so. Um, Okay. Uh, why is it black on here? So that's what I do not get. Hmm. Yeah, so why is not this black? I'm sure it makes sense. Hmm. So why is it that doesn't matter for now? Okay, so now we're gonna have a text with string describing size of rendered image. So is this correct? Seems to be okay. Okay, let's make a function that does this. So we can just add a label for this. Okay. Now we also need to have image dimensions. So we just have it here directly. 910 by 607. Is it correct? 910 by 607. Okay, that's correct. And then something else. Not sure. Okay, so this should have two overlays. Um, or I guess it should have one overlay. Does it make sense to render overlays or not? What if we have this and say blending mode? Hmm. If we just start with a rectangle that is gray with opacity 0.5 and it is in a Z stack with an image. Okay. So its frame is this and height is this. No, that's not how it works. Or maybe we should start there, right? So we're gonna keep this rectangle. And we're gonna make it so that you can drag its corners, I guess. Um, and when you drag its corners, it changes. Okay, so basically what we want to make right now is a rectangle we can resize. I think maybe that's the first step. um, so let's make this. Um, is rectangle a shape? So I should not have, I knew I should not have deleted my old experiments. How do you make shapes? That's not the shape I was hoping to find. What can we do on rect? Nothing. I think this is what we need to do. Okay. Um, so this would involve translating coordinates in here to in there. So this rect is not really. So what we would like is to create rectangle of certain size. And that is not how I would do it. um, So I would start with this. But how can I also make it a shape? I don't know. Okay, so it starts with black. Ah, Yurashka, hello. You specifically want to do this on your own. I'm sure there are plenty of libraries where this function is already implemented. Hi. Hi. I would like to try because seems like a good exercise for learning as well. It doesn't encompass so much that it feels insurmountable, so it feels definitely achievable. Uh, However, I did start at 9:30, so maybe in the morning. Um, so there would be some points, right? So we would have a Z stack, I guess, with couple of overlays. Uh, Top leading that would just have and bottom trailing. So we just make a little circle. Um, oh, it's a function. It needs to be a function. And it returns shape. Well, some shape. Should I just not do this? Should I just keep it some view? That is basically perfect. And height of it is, let's say, 12, whatever. Probably too much. Perfect. So, and there is an alignment guide, something, but that's already fine. So, how do we make sure? How do we make this draggable? Um, let's say top left. Well, wait a second. Let's not do this because I'm realizing we will have to do multiple different things. So this is top left. Um, so it needs to know where it is. The way it knows where it is. Hey, Jay-Z God, we are inventing the wheel as an exercise. What's up with you? Uh, so I guess we start like this. Okay, we need an init, right? So state private var top left is point, bottom right is point. So then we have to init it is 0 is size basically. Um width size height. Uh like this I would think we start, and we need to offset it by size. And there is probably a way better way to do this. mm, because coordinates, I think, do they flow the same way as I assume they are? Isn't y reversed or something? Or maybe image y is also reversed. Okay, so offset by minus, no, by size width. So initially it should be 0. So I imagine it's like this. It's not correct at all. Um, yeah, exactly. Bottom right. Where did it go? So it should be offset by 0. Or maybe minus. Um, I think it should be offset by minus this. Or why are we doing this? Why don't we just offset it by this? Bottom right, bottom right. So starting at top leading, offset it by x and y. Or is it off screen now? Minus 16. Minus 16. No, it's just offset. Is this? Is it? Are these zeros? I hope not. Oh, they are zeros. And it is state. So the whole triangle is not zero though. Oh, it starts as a zero. Okay, so no, it's correct. Right, let's print this size. It becomes this, and it's suddenly 0, 0 again, or is it? Is it this? Is this 0, 0? So my bottom right is correct, so that my offsets are wrong. Hmm. Why would size not? Why wouldn't it work? That is so strange. Self underscore bottom right in init. Uh, I get somewhat what you mean. But shouldn't it work like this? Hmm. Okay, let's try here. State. Cannot assign state of CG point to type CG point. Like this? Hmm, interesting. Did it work? Doesn't seem to have worked. What if I just make a point that's like 40 plus size? Will that work? So why size is 0? So it in should be like this. State private var x square give value to state is broken. Hmm. Hmm. Should this also maybe if I'd make this state? Because I imagine what the issue is that the view lives for a long time. Okay, so this is broken. So we kinda narrowing down. Uh how to give state a value in initializer. Okay, so underscore thing and state, so exactly what you said. Underscore thing is state initial value 0. Underscore thing is state initial value is CG point. But now it probably breaks for a different reason. Initially, this is 0. Then it gets updated. This view will get, let me just say, cannot convert I always find it very. Oh, wait. This should work. No. Cannot assign value of type binding to this. It's not gonna work because of the binding or what? But it's so strange that like if you're rendering a text, you don't give it a binding, right? I can just say text with some string variable, right? And that string variable can be state, and then it just changes. When it changes, the text is re-rendered. Hmm. Because this shouldn't be a binding, right? Here. How does things work then? Like this should be okay. Like if I put a breakpoint here, right, it will run 3 times. So now size is 0, 0. Now it's 3 to 1, 2, 1, 9. Can I get like an address of self like this or something? I just don't really get it. Does not allow you to change state in initializer, but you can initialize it. Okay. Remove the default value. We don't have default value. Hmm. I so do not get it. I understand kinda what you mean. Um, but I don't understand what's going on. So this should just re-render the thing. Then init is called and size is correct. Wait, I'm gonna try. Okay, so it's 0, 0. And now it's this, right? So if I step over, it's this. So it is correct. It's 3 to 9 by 2, 19. But now when I'm here, it's 0, 0. Try to print bottom right, comma, underscore, bottom right, and bottom right value. Yes, okay. You mean in init or? Yeah, wait. Uh, uh, um. Okay, let's see. Oh man. Everything is 0, 0, I think. Um, don't see this one. 0, 0, 0. Okay. No, I can't. Ah, if I do return, then it becomes a closure, right? Print bottom right, print underscore bottom right, and bottom right see. Thanks. Uh, where are the 42s are from? I don't know. Everything is 0. Who prints 42? Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. And if I just do this, no, you cannot assign. But if you cannot assign, wait, I also want to print size then, right? So let's just also print size. Okay, so last time we print size, it's correct, and everything else is 0. That's not frustrating at all. I didn't expect to get stuck on this. That's a title for YouTube video. I didn't expect to get stuck on this. Also in the app, huh? Not that I expected to work differently, but we should test our assumptions. Yeah, so size is correct. I don't really get it. Okay, I'm not changing. So if I remove state, amazing. But of course, now I will not be able to change any of them. So that's fun. Well, maybe we can see how to make this not overlaid. So the idea is we need to have a mask, I guess. So how does do masks work again? If I fill it with white, it's not there. No? If I fill it with black? No, that's not how it works. So I want to do the opposite of that. If I do circle, we should Yes, but we make a black circle. We make a white circle. We make a circle of opacity 0. Is this how masks work? So I basically want to invert points. So if I make a point, let's say like this, right? Um, it's probably not exactly correct, but whatever. Uh, and I make a rectangle. That is not totally correct because this should be height. And then top left Y like this. This is size width. Oh, huh? Can I make a pause here? Can I do this? Oh, that's nice. Add rec Um, origin 0, size is um width is top left x, height is size height, then size width height is top left y. Oh man. So origin is bottom right. No. CG point of x bottom right x. Y is 0. No, that's not good way to do it. No, 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 no. Okay, okay. So it starts at 0 and it goes. Oh yeah. So no, no, no. Okay. No, 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 no. This time it will be different. CG rect from 0. Well, not 0 actually. Okay. Okay, so origin is, so x is 0, but y is bottom left y, bottom right y, and size is CG size of height bottom right y. That's this. Now this. So it's size height minus bottom right y, and width is size width. Yeah. almost there. Um and another rectangle is origin. Okay, I think this is getting out of control. So we're gonna disable this. How do I disable? How do you disable this? Okay. So origin is CG point. So it starts at size width minus bottom right x. Now actually starts at bottom right x, and y is 0. So it's just inverse of this. And size is width something, height something. So width would be bottom um, size width minus bottom right x, and height would be size height. I think that should be. So now if we just move the points. Okay. Sure. That looks like perfectly normal code that any of you could have written. Okay. I think we'll stop here. Um, I want to do one more thing, and that put a spacer. Well, not here. Where's all this stuff? Spacer like this. Yeah, perfect. And I'm gonna get rid of. Where is this rectangle? Something that ignores. It's fine. We'll just take this picture. All right. Okay, thank you all for joining. It was super nice to see you, everyone again. And thanks for all your debugging and help. Try running this code sometime. Wait, we'll take a look. We will take a look. What's going on? State private var count 0. Button, okay, button count plus 0, print count. Text count, second view depends on underscore count. Oh, it takes a state. Okay. Wait, we're gonna download this. Where is the download? Here. Okay, so this is for next time. We'll run it. Okay, so we'll put it here. We'll start there tomorrow. Thank you all. Special thanks to Yurashka, of course, as always. I'll be back later. Okay, bye.